everyone, it's me and friends. Today we're back with another Dragonstorm draft. We're doing a traditional one and we're just gonna have some fun, see how it goes, see if we get lucky in our magic version of gambling degeneracy, I suppose you could call it. But it's fun, and I hope you're having a great day. Our mythic rare is a rare I don't really care about drafting. Like, you get an extra color if you have enough mana to buy, like, pay for dragons already. I almost said buy. Like, we're making a purchase. But, like, no, I don't want it. I don't think it's decent for draft, so I'm not gonna go with it. I haven't had the Sirach Elusive Hunter yet. I don't know how often he'll trigger, but like he's cool even if he doesn't trigger. The 3 mana for a trampling 4/3 that can't be countered. I'll take it. The Sibsig ceremony has a place and a time somewhere, I'm sure, but it is not here. So we're not gonna worry about it. And we're gonna see what else we want. The flyer that makes birds is really cool when you can build a deck that helps him out. I don't know how well that would work with this guy. And of course, this is only pick 2, so like, you don't have to take the first card you were given or picked, but I kind of want to try him out. So I'm like, nah, we'll take the good green fight spell and see what happens. I do think the Luxodon Battle Priest is nice. Like, if he sticks around, he can help kind of make sure you don't get run over in a late game. And he can also help you kind of get through in a late game if your stuff isn't getting removed constantly. So, I'm thinking about it. I think the Stormplay Entertainment would be fine. I think the Uncommon Dragon would also be fine. I just didn't know if I wanted to commit or like start shifting into that many colors already. I kind of like the Skirmish Rhino. I think it's fun. So I think that would have been like a decent pick here too. The Formation Breaker, I haven't played with like a lot. But he tends to put in work when you do play him, especially if you have a way to make him big, like with the Luxodon War Priest and the fight spell we have. So I took him. I think he's just a very solid card, and he kind of performs when you wouldn't expect him to, along with when you think he will. Here, I'm thinking about the Jeskai Dragon. But I think that the land would actually be a really solid pick too, because it's 2 of the 2 colors of cards we grabbed so far. But it's a dragon set, and I want dragons. So you're along for the dragon ride today, I suppose. And while we wait for this person to pass the pack, as always, I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or any time in between, whenever it is you find time to keep me company. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. The next pack, another ceremony. See, just like no one's grabbing it, because why would you? For draft, it would just be so difficult. I'm not saying it's impossible, okay? Don't come after me. I'm just saying you'd have to get like a very particular type of plan going, and in draft where you're not guaranteed which cards you're picking and what quantities, that can be really hard to do. That's it. That is all. So we got a Temur colored card. So as of right now, we are a 4-color, potentially a 4-color deck. And I think that Jeskai land is a really sweet pickup. Unless I change my mind. I'm looking at the Tawny back because for 3 mana, if you have the right colors, okay, for 3 mana it's a 4/3, which is like really good. But aside from that, the whole like, you know, draw discard can help. But in Temur, there's a lot of fight spells. That's kind of, you know, the classic like creature removal thing if you're going in the big creature plan. And so that means that you want a lot of big creatures to go with said fight spells that we have one of. But, you know, Molten Exhale is pretty cool because it doesn't require you to have a creature on the board to hit somebody with. So I like that include. Right now it feels kind of like we're doing like Temur with just a little bit of white. And I think I'm okay with that. So I'm kind of shopping around at the other cards. I think Swiftwater Cliffs is probably a pretty safe thing to grab at this point. Grabbing some more interaction I don't think would be bad. But I just, you know, when you're doing all these colors, I get so worried about not being able to have the proper colors and getting screwed out of playing your cards. So, it like I think Twin Bolt would be fine. The Tawny Back is probably good at this point. The little tiny 2-cost colorless creature that lets you go find a land in the color you need would also be like a really sweet include. But right now, I think this deck is rounding out kind of okay. You know, it's just pack 1. It's early. We don't know if this will get better or go sideways. So, we'll see. I'm not super in love with any of these cards. But, you know, combat tricks can be helpful. So, we might as well take one. It's better than sometimes the crumbs at the end of the pack that do nothing for you. So, you know, it gives us options. The Jeskai Devotee is kind of cool because it can help you get the colors you need if he's out. And it's another 2-cost creature to help us fix up our mana curve. And then the hope is that later we'll just have a plethora of 2-drop creatures so we can pick the best ones. So that's where we're at. I don't think we're going to be double spelling too much if we're doing more of the Temur strategy. Ooh, we got a really good rare. The River Regent. This guy always puts in work when you get to play him, so I'm happy to see him, especially because we were already planning on playing some blue. So that is pretty fun. The Disruptive Stormbrood I've had in a pack a couple times, but it always happens like this where like there's a rare that I want more than this. So it's like I've opened him multiple times, but I've never actually gotten to make a deck that it's been in. That's kind of sad. But we got this big girl, this giant blue, awesome rare dragon. So we'll take it. I don't think I want Rediscover the Way. I'm kind of thinking about the Fangkeeper just because they're indestructible. And they can be really problematic because of that. But at the same time, he would push us into actually being 5 colors, and I'm already nervous about our mana fixing abilities not in 5 colors. So it's more of like, do I want to grab another rare as just like the card collectors that we are? Or do I want to try to have like a deck that's more responsible? And we're going with the responsible route. Yes. I'm kind of proud of me for that. So with the Temur and Sultai, I'm actually not super into either. and I guess the other people that passed this pack felt the same way. So, we're shopping around again. And we could grab a big creature for our top end. When he endures 3 and you give him 3 counters, it's so hard to find something bigger than a 7/7. So I decided to go for another big top end card. I have a couple pieces of interaction. At this point, I'm kind of worried about like my mana fixing. Because it's like I have 2 dual lands, and I have 1 guy that will find a land if you already have a forest out, you know? So I do like the Whirlwind Stormbrood. He just seems like a really flexible card. Like putting 3 counters on stuff can be super cool. There's also the Jeskai Monument that can help you find a land in a color that you might need. We are doing all 3 of the Jeskai colors. But I'm like, you know what? Let's just get like a useful card to start with. So I'm looking at the Leopard just because having more productive things to do on turn 2 could be advantageous for us. But there's also an Osseous Exhale, and I do like being able to get rid of some problematic stuff, especially if you're up against like a Mardu deck, and they're coming at you like really hard, really early. Ooh, a second one. I'm not opposed to having a second one. There's also another dual land. There's also a couple other pieces of interaction. There's this Narset's Rebuke, and then to the right of it, there's a card that can destroy a flying creature, which, like, it's very rare that I play a game where there isn't some problematic flying creature. So I think either of those choices would have been, you know, like, just as valid. And at this point, it's like I need some 2-cost, maybe? We're doing okay on 2-cost cards, actually. Maybe like some 3-cost cards? And some mana fixing. Sort of what we're looking for at this point. So we're thinking about the flyer with Ward. Unending Whisper isn't terrible. Alright. Getting in there, fixing up that mana curve. Dracogenesis. Not bad. Glacial Dragon Hunt I don't think is terrible. Can help draw and discard. Potentially deal with something. What else? I see a dual land. That might not be a bad idea. Okay. Alright, we have 3 of those now. None of them are in green, weirdly enough. Alright, what else do we have? What else do we want? Yeah, the Sarkon's Resolve. I think the rare enchantment wouldn't be like 100% horrible. But I think that the Sun Shield is pretty good, just because we don't have a lot of 4-cost stuff. The Dragon isn't horrible here. I don't know if we'll play them. And I grabbed the Leopard over the Jeskai Monument, which I think you could call a mistake. Just because the Monument could help with, like, getting the colors we need. But we also don't have very many, like, productive things that are 3 mana, so to do on turn 3 in a perfect curve. Alright, last pack. What do we get? When you cast a spell, if you've cast another spell this turn, copy this spell. Okay. 2/3 flying with lifelink is not bad. And we did want more 3-cost creatures, so, you know, it's not terrible. I'm thinking about this guy, though, just because I think Formation Breaker is really strong. There's also some lands that could help us out, but I don't know. Hopefully, like, something will just come around. Or, you know, hopefully, like, past me will just stop, like, skipping up the good mana-fixing opportunities that we have. So, we'll see. During your turn, spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each creature you control with power 4 or greater. That sounds pretty good. Especially because they are power 4 or greater. There's also a Snakeskin Veil. This pack is, like, exciting for us. Ooh. There's a dual land down there. Hello? Take the land! No, it's fine. I think either way might be okay. Alright. Yeah, we don't need that bell ringer. I don't think we do, anyway. Okay, what do we have here? I see a monument, but I believe it's a Mardu one. Got the veteran ice climber. We got some rugged highlands. We got some good stuff. You know. We'll see what I pick. So we go with the ice climber. And now I'm like, okay. Dual land time. There's also another of the sentinels that lets you go find a land that you need. The Temur devotee does help as well. So there are, in fact, options. But we go with another dual land. And over here I'm thinking about taking yet another one. Just to try to help us out with getting all the colors we need in the quantities we need when we actually need them. I could grab the Jeskai monument here, and that wouldn't be bad. We're not running black. I'm not looking to run black, even though that uncommon creature is like really strong. So. We missed the monument again. That dual land we're not concerned with. All these other cards I'm not super concerned with or interested about. I think me being blind to or like skipping over the monuments is kind of the one thing I could improve upon in this draft. I'm not really sure why I wasn't seeing them necessarily, but you know what? It's okay. We'll learn from it, and we're here to have fun. And that's that. This is the point where I'm like trying to sort cards and react to new cards. And I'm like overwhelming myself. So it's stressing me out. The Dragonstorm Globe is kind of cool. Just with the way that it could like give us any color we need. But we're just kind of grabbing the crumbs here. And then we're gonna put a beautiful little deck together, take it for a run. And I missed the Embermouth Sentinel again, but yeah. It's not what I was seeing at the time. And I do have a lot of dual lands. Like a lot. So, we could be okay. Who knows? I don't. Not yet. But I will give past me a moment to put together a deck, and then we'll go play some games. Here is the deck that we are rolling with, or first iteration for the first game at least. So we have our 4 colors. We didn't cut any of the colors because we're a little evenly spread for that. So like, for example, if we took out white, we would lose some important interaction, like half of what we have, and some of our top pieces. So we're kind of going with a 4-color deck here, and what we are taking with us are kind of some beefier top-end creatures, and then we have, for our low mana costs, we have a couple things to play early, but a lot of what we're doing is just, like, holding up interaction to hopefully, like, slow down our opponent or remove their super problematic stuff. So, you know, more what this set asks you to do, or you kind of tend to do in this type of set, unless you're really running, like, a Mardu deck. So with that, we have a lot of forests because basically all our dual lands are not forests, and we're going to hopefully have all our colors and go play some fun games. 2 forests and nothing else. A handful of white cards. It would be risky to keep, so we don't. Okay, we got our colors. We have a piece of interaction. We're sending back the thing that costs 7, and we'll just keep our 4 lands. So we might as well get the tap lands out of the way. We drew another land, which isn't great for us because we only have 2 spells, and one of them is creature contingent. Drawing another land makes this even worse. We're tilting already! We're not gonna make it! Alright. I think the Appraiser is actually kind of good. Like, it's a creature early that replaces itself with a card. It's kind of nice. Okay, we got something, which is helpful. Attacking me for 2. Do your worst. Alright, that's a big spider. Okay. So, we officially have options. We're gonna take a second just to get our board somewhat populated. They are off to a much better start. It is what it is. And this could be a painful turn. We might take 4 damage, we might not. Okay. They play a big scary turtle. Okay. If I wanted to, I could put counters. With the Whirlwing Stormbrood on my bird. But I would rather have yet another flyer. Oh. Well, why would you attack it? You don't want to block? I guess we don't want to block. Sure. So the other thing I could have done is put 3 counters on the bird. Have it be a 5/6, and then I could block the turtle. Okay. So the turtle and the Appraiser are getting through. We'll take 7, go to 12. And they found a mountain. Found a red mana. Okay. Turtle's tapped down, that's fine. So we have a fight spell in our hand, but our creatures aren't quite big enough. I'm looking at the Veteran Ice Climber because if we play him, we could leave up the Osseous Exhale. We could also play the Regent And our dragons do have flash, so like we don't necessarily have to make a decision now. We could play it on their turn, like during attacks or something, and like bounce some of their board and then block something that's attacking and try to blow them out. It's possible. The thing is that like I'm not really sure what's super great to block or to bounce, because the turtle has stun counters on it, you know. That might be a good thing to bounce. So their stuff is gonna cost 4 less now? That's kind of scary. Okay. Okay. They're just unloading their whole hand here. And the thing is, like, when I bounce stuff, kind of glad they put the counters on that. Like, when I bounce stuff, it's gonna be really easy for them to replay it. Like, bouncing stuff feels better when it's hard for them to replay it. Like, they lose a lot of mana in that transaction. So that's kind of rough. But we'll do what we can, I suppose. Set them back a little bit somehow. And soak up some damage. Alright. So they can tap a creature, probably our big one. We have the Osseous Exhale, we have the fight spell. I don't really want them to be able to put, like, reach counters on something big. Like if they put it on the 4/4 or like their big turtle. That's gonna feel like a bummer. Ugh. We can also play sorceries at instant speed with the Whirlwind. Storm Drake. We'll see if they block. Nope. I don't know if attacking here was great, because they can tap down something else. If they so choose, and they're gonna redeploy like their whole board again, so I'm not sure about this, but you know, we'll see what happens. It feels like they're just very far, like, ahead. With the way that our draws turned out. They got their board established pretty quick compared to us. And I would be surprised if they didn't just play out their whole hand right now. They're thinking. Is sequencing important to you? Okay. It endures too. I'm over here like, can I do this? Can I mess their stuff up? So what I should have done is use the fight spell with the bird that has ward. Because they wouldn't necessarily have been able to do that and keep their creature. Like, that feels rough. And now we don't have the Osseous Exhale. Or flash speed sorceries. Not that we have another sorcery in our hand. But that was a pretty rough turning point for us. And we drew another land. You know what? Lands are not on our side this game. They're really not. It's like if we attack, they clap back hard. If we don't attack, they tap our creature and they still annihilate. It's like we're just in one of those spots where our draws really didn't do anything for us. And our creature getting taken out was really rough. Okay. At least they're also pressured to do something? It's like I'm fairly certain they don't have a problem with winning here. Knew that was coming. Yep. That's why we attacked with it anyway. If I were them, I would have tapped something else down and just full swung though. Okay. 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 That's a mistake. We could have taken that out with the Osseous Exhale before it got too big. I don't think it was likely we were gonna win this game anyway. But if there was a line, that was it, and it's gone. So now we have to trade a creature and the Exhale if we want to get rid of that thing, so... That's really rough. But you know what? Learn from me and don't do that. Don't just mindlessly click the move on button. Alright, well, we gained 2 life. I guess that's nice. Another dragon. We have 2 cards to exile. Oh boy, 4/5. Oh boy, a land! Do you think the game is trying to make sure we don't have fun? Perhaps? I think so. And we got rid of their land. Nice. Okay. Well. It's over whenever they decide they're going to attack. They just have to actually do it. Because last turn they were sort of lame about it. See if they can figure it out. Come on. There we go. Alright, they got it. And we're off. We got 2 of our colors. Ooh, and we got the dragon that seeks out a color. Yes. So I'm not getting the tap land out of the way first. Because I kind of want to just grab what I need. I don't think playing the tap land first would have been wrong. I just wanted to play the veteran ice climber on turn 2, okay? Like, leave me be. Let me do it. Alright. They're poking it. They got something for him? The Shock Brigade. A very scary card. Okay, here, personally, I would have played the Forest and then the Sage of Fang. I would have put the counter on the Veteran Ice Climber so that they have to mill an extra card. Just to annoy them more. Also, if they live by 1 damage, that's why we lost. So, we'll see what happens. Alright, they really want to hit us with this guy. Wait. Well. No, don't do that. He's indestructible. What the hell? Okay. Jesus. Don't play if you're not willing to pay attention on your draft. That's all I gotta say. Because I'm like the leading example of that right now. Yeah, play it. Why not? What else are you gonna do? Mill the opponent. Uh-huh. Play the 4-3 with trample. Mm-hmm. I'm over here looking at the card sizes like I did something. Like, maybe I'll mill them out. Like, I think I'll kill them from damage first, but okay. Okay, part of me is thinking there's no way they don't have something. So part of me is wondering, like, maybe we just slog through it and have them use it? Because at a certain point, you just gotta do that. They thought really hard about it. Oh, we did draw a card off him. He did the thing! He did what he was supposed to. Yay! Okay. 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 Alright. We have some good cards. We put out the Battle Priest. Give the Ice Climber yet another counter. He's safe from a singular Molten Exhale now. And we got rid of an Osseous Exhale, which could have ended him. So, that's cool. What else do you have? Okay, that's a good card. So I have to discard. Okay. I think keeping that creature would have been fine as well. We have a couple instants for interactions. We're just beefing up this Ice Climber. Now an Osseous Exhale won't stop him on its own. Woo! The Vigilance makes him a nice blocker, so it's kind of cool. We're at 16 cards. Uh-oh. What will you do? Play another creature, okay. I'm assuming they're gonna try to hit me with the flyer, yeah. Get out of here. And then... Hey, look who's back. So I'm thinking if I play the dragon, I can't hold up the Lightfoot technique. And I'm wondering how big of a deal that is at the moment. The flyer also gains us 3 life though. And they don't have a way to block it very well. Alright. It's a good card. Whenever you attack, make a 1/1. It's not bad. Cycling through with the leopard. Trying to find something. Very well. I don't mind if the Sage of Fang dies. Because he can make the Ice Climber lethal. We're just gonna stave off damage. Alright, let's see what they have. We know they've been holding something for a while. Because they thought about it really hard like a turn or 2 ago. Alright. Here we go. An 11-13 unblockable with vigilance. That's wild. Alright, good game. Alright. Me go first. Or should I say we go first since you're here with me? Getting them slow lands out of the way. Okay. And we're gonna play something on turn 3. That's right. Now what? That's not my favorite. We draw a card. He has been good at drawing us cards. Nobody likes him. They all get rid of him. Alright. Yeah, why not go grab a land, right? What land would we like? Got a forest. Check. I put a land in my hand and they're like, hold on. I'm better than you. Jeez. Okay, what else? What would I like to play? Something. We played something. Ooh, and we can play him. That's right, let's do it. Let's draw a card. I don't want to discard, I love my hand. Alright, we got the orb. The orb. Ramping yet again. They're really working hard on getting to some amount of extreme mana. Okay. They put up somebody to defend. But will it save you? That is the question. It will not. We could have used the other fight spell on, like, the Temur Tawny back. Made it a 5/4, and then it would have a counter, so our other creature to the left of it would be a 3/3, you know, until they exile it like that. But we could have gotten in there for like a little extra damage, is what I was attempting to tell you. We're gonna exile their graveyard. You don't need it. And then we're gonna fight. Wah. It's not even actually fighting, it's just dealing damage to them. That's fine. Mill a card. We just milled a really strong card in their deck. That's cool, I'm fine with that. Sweet. Okay, they gain 3 life. And they can go find even more lands. Ooh. Thinning that deck. Pretty soon nothing's gonna be in it but spells. Another 3/3, you say? Oh, they can give somebody lifelink. The nice part is, I don't think attacking with lifelink is good for them. They might think otherwise if they have another creature that can block that they could play after this. They brought back somebody they can't play. I don't have the colors for it. Oh, they're going for it anyway? They're at 13? Will they live? 6, 7, 11. They will live. Jeez. Not my favorite. Yes. Just doing the math over here. Making sure. That's right. Get out. You don't need that land. You're welcome. We're gonna hold this forest. We're gonna make them sweat over this forest. No, not my creature. Ooh, mammoth time. Up. I'm checking, I'm like, even if I play the forest, I can't make a mammoth. Well. If nothing else, I will very slowly punch you over and over. Another 4/4. Alright. And they gain 3 life. That's not great for us. Ouch. I'm kinda sad they got rid of our creature that taps their stuff. Ooh. Next. Attack him with the mammoth. Excellent. Okay, we got rid of another flyer. That feels not the worst. How do I want to do this? I think killing her first may or may not have... I don't know. Either way, someone gets a counter, so I think it was the right move. Gotta play land, girl. Play a land. I like how I just don't get it. Alright, third time's the frickin' charm. Oh, I gotta play more table magic so I'm not like, how do I do the math? My gosh. That was pretty funny. 2 forests. Do you think they'll sweat even harder? This game is really getting away from me. Like we just lost. Because of our forests. You know what I've noticed with this deck? The lands always get us. It's like, oh, impactful play? You want to play the game? No. We're on to the next. Ooh. So we have 3 lands, one of them's a forest, and we have our dragon that can go fetch us a land. So maybe we can just get a mountain. And then we're looking real nice. Like we know how to play the game. You get that mountain. That's right. We don't need planes. Not yet, at least. Okay. 1 formation breaker. We're gonna gain a life. Don't mouse over my creature. No! They really want this duelist to hit us. That's what we've learned. Alright, deploy the next. He came back bigger. Draw a card. Discard the thing we can't play anytime in the near future. If they get rid of this creature, I might kill theirs. Okay. Oh, they passed. Look at that. Alright. Exhale. Wow. Alright, noted. I really don't like that creature. That's what we learned. Go get him? Yeah, go get him. Ugh. That made our life totals a little more even real quick. The way that they were like so hot on attacking, like they were coming in playing the aggressive deck and then they just stopped. I think that kind of says a lot about where they're at. Okay. They don't want to attack. Huh. Okay. Play the Sage of the Fang. Do it. Thank you. How do you like my 5/4? It is big. You really want them to double block it? They didn't want to double block it. That's wild. I don't know why they didn't, but yeah, it's okay. Okay. Maybe they'd just rather trade it with a single creature. Like a pack beast. Put 3/1/1 counters on target creature you control. That seems really good right now. Now I have an unblockable 6/6. Is that good? I think it might be good. Okay, never mind. You earned a turn, sir. We have another unblockable creature? Dang. To the combats. Do you have an answer? For this? Yeah, they had an answer. Sad. Sadness. I could draw it. and then I could replay it. Why is that really funny? He's back. He is smaller though. Your 4/3 can actually block it, which is kind of sad. Also, I realize I should be attacking them with everything else. I'm just blindsided by the fact that this formation breaker is being amazing. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes. It's just the problem creature of a lifetime over here. Oh, they had something really good for that. How did they keep earning themselves more turns? Alright, we'll deal with 2 unblockable creatures, I guess. Okay, they're going digging. Let's see what they can do. I love how they have this amazing lineup of creatures. And just none of it matters. Because my stuff is unblockable. Ah, why is that so mean? Oh well, Magic's not a nice game. What am I worried about? Good game. I like this hand. I was taking a second to think, okay? Don't come after me for the silence in the beginning. I'm just wondering, like, how I want to play it. It's like, do I want the formation breaker on time, or do I want the rescue leopard on time? I guess we want the formation breaker on time. Now it's like, do I want the rescue leopard on time? Or the flyer? So many questions. Alright, we got 6 power on the board. That's not bad. They made a 3/3. Okay. Ooh. And the 3/3. Ust. Wow, my board got big. I don't think I want to discard a card. I could get rid of the thing that costs 6. Since I guess we're going on the aggressive route. Okay. To combat! Kinda like my hand, honestly. It's a valiant effort. I would block too. Sometimes you just gotta slog through that removal, man. It's a neat island. I like that swamp a lot. Look at the water in that thing. Look at this. Shout out to this artist. They're great. I mean, all the art in this game is pretty great, but we're gonna single them out. Okay. Let's be sneaky here. Sneaky, sneaky. Go get him. Sure. We'll mill them. I'm not in the milling business. Good game. Here we go. We're back. We have 3 lands in all 4 of our colors. Yes, please. Alright, we're not doing the tap land first. Why? We'll figure it out later. Get that island. We grabbed another island because yes, we do need 2 islands. It's actually our only card is that river regent that requires like multiple pips of the same color. Which might be one of the reasons why this deck is actually running really smoothly, even though it's 4 colors. And we have limited ways to seek out specific lands. Woohoo! Got the Battle Priest. Also, I do want to talk about, like, how good of a draw that Formation Breaker was. Because it gave us something proactive to do right when we needed it. Play that Tranquil Cove. Girl, we could draw a card. Why not? Nice. Get another land draw out of the way. Because this deck does love to make us draw lands when it's not helpful. Okay. Ooh. Let's gain some life and draw a card, shall we? That sounds good. I like that card. We got 2 exhales and a dragon in our hand. I like this. A war effort. Those are some... Okay, so I'm gonna get hit for 8. Sounds unnecessary. Well, if only this land was an untapped land, we could bounce both their tokens and just look at them. Like, what now, buddy? But we can't do that. So, you know. We could play him, he's a good blocker. Could play him, he's a good blocker. Kind of. Makes our stuff cheaper, so now we can play both of our exhales. Yeah. Oh, only on my turn. Dang it. Well, we have a exhale, we can still, like, gain 3 life. It's not terrible. Is it the best? Maybe not. Is it the worst? No. Okay. It's a spooky creature. Maybe we just... What? Okay, block the 2/1. I like this. We'll make sure we don't take another 3 damage. I like how we could just pick the dragon on board, and instead we're like, look what we're gonna do to you. I'm being ruthless today. Alright. Let's do it. Terrible. What else do you have for me? Or was that it? That was a pretty big turnaround. Yeah, good game. Okay. No green mana, and we kept it for some unknown reason. Probably because we have the Ice Climber and something else. I don't know though. This makes me uncomfortable. we're gonna tilt if we don't draw another land too. Like, not only did we keep a 2-land hand, we kept a 2-land hand with no green. And Warden of the Grove is an amazing card. I am wildly uncomfortable right now. Kill it! Use the Molten Exhale, do it! Before it gets bigger. Thank you! Well worth it. Okay. 2/2. I'm okay with the 2/2. Hey, we got woo, we got a green. Thank you. Alright, we have a choice of creatures to play. We'll go to the combats first. Have a mill card. Oh, they had the Planeswalker. Oh my gosh. Elspeth. If there was ever a card to mill, it was Elspeth. I can imagine that they'd want to counter me. They're probably so annoyed right now. They got Elspeth and Warden of the Grove. Like, why are you here? How have you not won your 7 games yet? Okay. Alright. Got a tap land. Check. And a leopard. A little meow. It's so un-leopard-like. What's that? 5/5? Oh, this is nice. Put 10 power on the board, then double the power and toughness of all your creatures for a turn. I certainly won't die from that. Definitely not. Okay, Amy. This is the part where you beef up your board, because they're going to kill you. Like, are there any other ridiculously powerful rares you want to, like, bust out? You got Ugin in that deck, too? At least my mammoth threatens to trade with theirs for a turn. But we're going to die. I guess I gotta hold up the Lightfoot technique. But that makes my next turn awkward. Oh yeah, sure. Just, get back the 2 cards that definitely can't handle. Yeah. Oh! I believe this game is over for us. But we're still gonna play the game. Because why not? Why not? Okay, yeah, great. Sounds wonderful. Yep, love that. But we have 3 blockers for the 3 attackers. And now we don't. Because they're gonna make all their stuff flying. Why does this just feel wildly unfair? Like, there's no way that you can really do anything about this. But... okay. Good game, I guess. We don't have a dragon, we don't gain the life. Aw. We'll take 11, I guess. They had another one. Why? If I full swing, I can get the Elspeth off the table, but then we just die. So that's cool. I guess we don't just die? We'd have to, like, chump with the Luxodon Battle Priest. We could put a counter on the Leopard, full swing at Elspeth. Get her off the table. I wonder if I see that. Nope. Nope. Wrong move. Nope. Don't do it. Nope. You done messed up. Oh no! Wow, another land. Great. Love that. Well, I missed the line, but you know what? I don't think this game was winnable anyway. For those of you keeping track, we got 4 wins before our 3 losses. And I hope you enjoyed that run. It's kind of fun whenever you get to like regularly do multiple colors of decks in drafts. In my opinion, I'm a big fan of it. And by multiple, I mean like above the dual land status into like 3, 4, 5 colors. I think that that's always like really fun. And I enjoyed this deck. I think that 2 of the losses were like purely my fault, and then I think there were some like that last game we played where it's like I could have played it better. I could have found a line to give myself another turn, but like I don't see a way that we would like actually come back from that. And like that's okay, you know? Sometimes people just get like perfect draws and really good cards. And that's the gambling aspect of of the Magic draft degeneracy, I suppose. So with that, I would like to thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, you know, you're special to me. I appreciate you. And if you would like to see another video, you can jump over to my Patreon. Or you can, you know, just like subscribe and see a video next time I upload here, because that one's actually free. And I will see you next week in a brand new video.